Hi everyone. You'll have to excuse my little turban piece on my head tonight. I don't know if I don't know if I'm the only one that does this, but I have this I love funny little things. So I'll find just random stuff, and I think most people that are close to me know this. I will find something that everyone else will look at and go, "Oh, what is that?" I don't actually think that's worthwhile purchasing. I will find such beauty in an item that no one else finds beautiful. But I saw this turban and I had to have it. It was just like it's like this velvety soft material. It's got this beautiful little floral print. It is perfect to put on after my shower of a night time to just kind of chuck my hair back. And it's just like a big warm hug to the head. So I love it. But anyway, not actually creating this video to talk about my floral velvety turban. I'm actually going to talk about our beautiful little blend, Forgive. Now, this is the first time that I've actually purchased Forgive. I've got quite a collection of oils now, and I hadn't ever really thought about getting Forgive. There were a number of other oils that I had looked at, and I'm so glad that I went there first. But what I've been noticing lately with my son, he's 19 months old. He is very much entering the toddler years a little bit early, but he is all about pushing boundaries at the moment and crossing lines and seeing how far he can push mummy and daddy before mummy and daddy snap. And that's a really hard thing to go through as a parent because you want to show your child love. You don't want to teach them a negative emotional response to things, but it's natural. And the frustration is real. The frustration is so real. God, it gets into you, and you just feel like, oh, you feel like you're going to explode. And just when you are going to explode, they then pull back and they give you a big hug and like, just kidding. But I was noticing that the frustration was becoming overwhelming sometimes, and it was coming thick and fast, and it was coming often. And I had a look at my oils, and I was trying a number of them, and then I came across Forgive, and I had kind of neglected Forgive in my previous research. I'd kind of flicked past it thinking, I don't need that. I don't need to forgive anything. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm not upset with any of the decisions I've made. And I was looking at it from a very superficial place. But forgive isn't just about forgiving someone else. Forgive is about accepting something and being able to hold to see that moment, to understand that moment, and to be able to move forward from it. And it doesn't need to be something, a wrongdoing against you. It can just be a frustration, a moment of frustration, and you just need the opportunity to be able to accept and continue on. And so I decided I was going to get Forgive. It resonated with me. It was in my gut that this was the right oil blend for me at this time in my life. So I actually got two bottles because it's only a 5 ml bottle. It's only got the 80 drops in there instead of the 250, which are in our 15 ml bottles. So I decided to get two of these, and that meant that I had an ample supply, which I knew I was going to need over the next year or 18 years or whatever it is that I've got coming for me with children. So Forgive is a beautiful little blend. It's got this really it's like it's a very foresty smell. It's very grounding, very earthy. There's a lot of woody smells in there. And it's just really beautiful. So I'll read out the different oils that are in there, and you'll have to excuse me if I miss some. I haven't got my glasses on, and it's very tiny writing. So there is spruce, bergamot, juniper berry, myrrh, arbor vitae, nootka tree, thyme, and citronella. So there's a lot of woody smell, woody plants and things like that, you've got your spruce, you've got your arborvitae. So you're looking at your trees, and you've got your citronella, and your juniper berry. So they're very, very earthy smells, very grounding smells. And it kind of reminds me of like being in a forest, which is a very renewing place to be if you picture that spiritually. If you were sitting in a quiet forest with just the sound of nature around you, um, it's renewing. It's a very nice place to be in your head, and I do love going to those kind of places in real life as well. I find that very relaxing. So forgive, that my favorite way to use it at the moment, because I am on the run and things happen quickly, I just like to have it on me all the time. And if I feel those feelings of frustration starting to overwhelm me, or if I feel really uncomfortable with a certain situation, I will place a drop in my hands, and I'm going to do it right now because this is a really easy way to use all of your oils. Please be mindful if you've got little children or babies. If you've done this, if you put it on your hands, be mindful when you're touching a child if it's a safe oil to use around them. And there are much better ways to use them if you are in that situation, to put it up and down your spine and other areas where you're not going to expose your little one to those oils. But my son is sound asleep right now, so I'm going to show you. And this is one of my favorite ways to use my essential oils. So I'm just going to put a drop in my hands. I've got 2 drops, that's all right. Rub it together. And just breathe it in. It's like your own personal diffuser. And it's beautiful, and that's my favorite way to do it. So I will, okay, step number 1 is recognizing that moment, recognizing that frustration. Because if you don't recognize it, that's when you get too far and you can't pull back from that explosion. So really work on recognizing your emotions and knowing those tipping points. Because when you do start to see that happening, and you can take a step back and go, okay, I'm going to lose the plot now. You can walk away. You put your child in a safe place where they're not going to be harmed. You walk away. You get your forgive. You put a drop in your hands. You breathe it in, and you take a couple of moments to take some deep breaths with that aroma, to really ground yourself and be able to accept the situation as it is, and move forward with a different frame of mind, with a positive frame of mind, and accepting frame of mind. That is the biggest thing, to be accepting of the situation. If you're accepting of the situation, it's easier to understand the correct steps to move forward, and to not push, but to be able to place the emotion to the side and move forward without having a big breakdown as such. So that's a great way to use your forgive. It's a great way to use all of your oils. The same as when you're feeling really, really high anxious feelings, forgive or console is a great one, but frankincense is definitely a great one as well when you're in those moments. Lavender, look, there is so many different essential oils that you can use in that way, and definitely if you've got a diffuser, pop them in the diffuser as well. You only need it on for about an hour. If you're going for hours and hours a day, it's just a waste, because you only need it on for that short period of time to get the benefits. But yeah, that's a little bit about forgive. I'm sorry if that's a bit wishy-washy, but if you've got any more questions, please do let me know. All right, thanks guys. Bye.